Hello, 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 hello. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are watching from. Welcome to pre-market analysis for Wild Wednesday, March the 3rd, 2020. I always have to mark a pause because this date, it's just the idea of registering in my brain that we're already in March. Yeah, I had to mark a pause every time, and I'm looking at my computer on here on the calendar icon. Well, glad you made it, everybody. Hello, Mr. Beautiful Gates. Hello, Mr. Nick. How are you, Mr. Andrew Festus? All right, folks, we have a quorum. So let's go ahead and dive in. I could spend this entire pre-market just talking about what happened yesterday, but there's so much to look for. This is just the third day of the week, but I still have to because again, the purpose on here at Successful Trading is what? Is to teach. Is to really teach. I've said so many times and I keep repeating it to whomever wants to listen, please. This is a stock option education service. And so the education has to translate into some results. So when we have results, sometimes people tend to focus on the result, but you're going to see, hopefully on Friday, you guys will allow me to really use the example of which that has been transparent over the last couple of weeks. We have 5 strategies on here. I'm in the process of maybe including a 6th one on there, but let's say 5 strategies are out there. Some of you know about those strategies, but have you really taken the time to consistently execute that strategy to allow it to work for you? Yeah. Yesterday, in this very show, we shared with you a Ganser trade. Well, 2 Ganser trade, one on Neo. Neo trade worked, but there's one that's really worked great, making money in both directions. That was the TGT trade. I posted something, a teaser or actually a small screen capture of really the amount spent is like $50, and you made 6 times that. This is to show you the potential, but there's so much to extract out of the trades. You have no idea, because when I'm going to be dissecting it on Friday, if you guys allow me, you're just going to, and we have seen this thing happen. And if you thought that one was great, there was one trade that we didn't take yesterday that was even better than that one. Yeah, I want you at some point today, write some time on your training journal, go to Zoom, ZM. Yeah, we talked about Zoom yesterday in pre-market, right? Because we went to Finviz and we were showing the stock that had earnings either the day before or the before the market closed. Zoom was one of them. I didn't take that trade, and I was happy on the outcome of the trade on target, because it provided me with the good material really to be hammering home, which that I want to bring on Friday's show. Hopefully we have opportunities. But then when I saw the Zoom trade, all right, so instead of me just yapping left and right, let me show you the chart, because the chart speak more than 8,000 words. Let's go to the chart of Zoom and put in the 15 minutes. Put in the 15 minutes. Well, yeah, you are seeing the daily chart of Zoom yesterday. Hello? Hello? Would you have loved to trade this? Do you have an idea how much these options they pay? But this is the bread and butter of our strategy. So meaning, for me, actually, when I'm looking at this chart, this is the one that just wrenched me. So meaning, because my focus was so much on the 2 trade that's for us we took. But the whole idea is that once you learn the Ganser strategy, and all of the other strategy, you have a knowledge of a lifetime. Meaning that you will never literally, folks. I'm not. Hopefully, it makes sense on here. You can apply this on anything to get this type of results. This is the Zoom trade. The worst part of it for me is that we have a document, right? We have a quantitative analysis document for earnings that have been trying over the last year or so to get people to see value in it. It's every single time I keep telling myself, oh, you are not doing enough. Yeah, I'm not. I'm absolutely not. Yeah, because if I were, guess what? Maybe we will have more than 10 people who showed up in our pre-market analysis, but that's okay. I don't care about the one who do not show up, right? I care about just the folks who are actually here. Each person under the sun of my vote, either live, you're a subscriber or not, I want you to see the value in which that the education that we are sharing on here, and make it your own. Trust me, make it your own. Just take the time to invest the time into it. I mean, the trade yesterday on target, $50 invested would have paid for the membership and some. So let me again then take the opportunity this morning. Maybe I just need to, every pre-market, I just say, okay, let's go through the quant analysis document, because that's actually will help me myself not miss opportunities like the one on Zoom. Because Zoom, here's Zoom. I didn't, to be honest with you, I didn't think that it was part of the one of the stock that we had, because Zoom is a relatively new stock. But no, the person who actually did this document, this is the latest version that everybody, most of you had, right? That was early January 2021. They included Zoom in this. So when I saw this yesterday, I was distraught, because my friend, what is telling us on Zoom? Every single earnings, Zoom is moving on here. So in either direction. So here we see a lot of red here. So over the last, let's say, 6 earnings, only once didn't it have a bearish bias, but actually it's in both directions really, because 8%, 6%, 17%. And the one time that it didn't show a move after day one of earnings of more than, let's say, 3% or so, it went up 17% on the other direction, meaning that for the gangster trade, you don't care. You would have made money anyways. So fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So today, I'm not a fool, right? Because this is telling me that, especially on a Wild Wednesday, day 2, Zoom is bound to make a move, a significant move. And so in day 3, so we are Wednesday, I love perfect. Earnings on Tuesday or earning on Wednesday, you have 2-3 days until the expiration of the weekly option. So Zoom, it's our gangster trade. We don't care if it goes sideways the entire day. At least I don't want to be a fool for the second day. And so hopefully so do you. So really, as we just crossed 9:06 a.m. Eastern time. That's one that's yeah. So please, if you are not familiar with the gangster trade, ask your friends around here. I know a lot of people, even newcomers, typically when they hear the name gangster trade and they relate that is related to trading. I see that in the one-on-one coaching, the mind pops up. So yes, gangster trade has been working great. I mean, I think we went back to back 10 bagger. Yes, yeah. Monday was on SPY, and then yesterday TGT was that trade, but there was even a better one. Literally, I mean, TGT 8 cents on the put contract. They went as high as $1.65. I wasn't even looking at my trading screen, my friend, at the time. Then by the time that I shifted to my trading screen, it has already peaked at 165. So I almost in panic sold at $1 at $1.04. You guys can see the ticket in the trading in the Discord room, and then waited for a little bit and sold another contract at $1.40. And then from there, I think it went sideways. But when you have a trade like that on a Tuesday, guess what? You are bound, if you embrace the teaching that we share with you on here, you're bound to make more money on that stock. Yes. Hence, either TGT today, Target today. What else is moving today? Oh, another stock that we talked about yesterday. So let's say hello to more folks. Hello, Mr. Moses. Hello, Mr. Wayne. How are you, sir? How's SPY treating you? Miss Marcy, Miss Festus. I think we already said hello to Mr. Andrew, Mr. Nick, and Beach of Great. All right, folks. Well, today is Wild Wednesday. Wild Wednesday in the sense that I think the futures yesterday and even all the way to 8 a.m. Eastern, you may have noticed that SPY, QQQ, IWM, they were green. When I say they were green, they were gaining, they were gapping up significantly. Yeah. In the back of my mind, I kid you not, I wish I could be recording what my thought process are. So when I look at some of this thing in the back of my mind, I was just telling myself, I've seen this movie. This thing's going to reverse. I've seen this movie. This thing's going to reverse. This thing's going to reverse. Lord behold, by the time I got here, it was like a 5:10 a.m. in front of the screen. I just logged into my computer because I follow on the app. Before I come to the computer, I just looked at it and flash QQQ, SPY, and even IWM. Well, at the time, IWM is still hovering in the positive zone, but they reverse that thing like crazy. We have seen this before. Yeah. So those are the type of trend that you, as a trader, you are to be noticing. You are to be noticing what's how the market is doing. So some of you may wonder, why does he every single morning he start with SPY? Because, well, first of all, why do I start with SPY? At least on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Friday, if you don't know by now, SPY has expiration, meaning opportunity for us to make money. And I'm not sharing the proper screen. I'm still sharing the quant analysis. So we have switched the grid here. So I'm sharing the daily chart of SPY from TradingView. Yeah. So this type of action, folks, where you have one big red day, and notice the size of the candles. That's actually good for you and I, because that means that the specific stock, in this case SPY, it's making moves. So when SPY makes move between the delta, the difference between the low and the high on a given day is like $10. There's money to be made. So in this Wednesday, we are starting just below the moving average again. Yeah, you see the yellow and the green line. That's the EMA 8 and the EMA 20. We are starting below them. So fair game on here on SPY on expiration day Wednesday today. So QQQ, there was a small difference between QQQ and RW and SPY the other day. Remember, we said that QQQ did not quite recapture the EMA 20, the green line. Yeah, it's still below. So it spent the entire day yesterday and closed below both EMAs. So here it's gapping slightly up about 1 point. It's gapping down rather by 1 point. So it's going to be very, very interesting. Wednesdays are always very interesting because the markets, that's why we call it Wild Wednesday, because the action, it's kind of furious. And that's a good thing. Again, market moving, that's a good thing for us. So that's on them. IWM was bearish yesterday for the most part, from the get-go, really. And it's, again, I think it was the one that was the most advanced in terms of being based on its distance from the moving average, right? But here this morning it's gapping slightly down at 221.50. I'm not sure what that number is in any case. No, it's actually gapping up slightly because up 0.3%. This representation here is not accurate. But Wednesday is one of those swing, meaning in terms of the direction of the week, we have had patterns where we go up Monday, Tuesday, and by Wednesday, either very early, we post in a new high, and then we reverse for the rest of the week. See, in this case here, the high of the week may have been on Tuesday, folks. Yeah, after that gap there on the indexes, and let's see where the trend takes us the rest of the week. All right. Very quickly on here, as we usually do in this stock market technical analysis daily river, we go to FinViz, because inside of FinViz we can identify stock that are moving. The reason for that for us is to be able to use gappers into our beloved gangster strategy. So here, if I'm still using the same filter as yesterday, this filter here is on earnings, right? Today before market open, yesterday after market, or yesterday before market open, meaning second day momentum, if you will, and then yesterday after market close is yielding this stock on here. Fubo, Roster, minus 2%. That's an interesting chart there. Let me actually make this bigger so that you guys can see the chart. Obviously, TGT, it's up 1%, but look at the size of that candle. And again, yesterday, folks, TGT, we made money in both direction of the gangster. The 202, 2.5 calls, we got in at 15 cents, and they went as high as maybe 60 cents. I think maybe our closing on the ticket was maybe 57 or something. So that's how much is that? 300%. So 300% on the call side, and you got a shot at the 20 bagger on the put side. Not too shabby, folks. Not too shabby. If you know of any better strategy than that, let me know. But in the meantime, as for me, I'm going to stick to the gangster trade. So in today's gangster trade, we gave you 3 gangster trade, and I'm just going to spend the time on here very quickly going over them and maybe giving you the reason why. So number 1, I just shared with you the quant analysis. after a stock has done something like this the previous day, like Zoom did, guess what? And I need to trade it. That's all I can tell you. So here's the daily chart of Zoom. You tell me what do you expect? I mean, either it goes much lower. I don't know. Another, let's say yesterday, 440. That's a 100-point move on that candle from high to low. Yeah. So maybe I don't expect that today, but if it does maybe a third of that, that's good enough to make money. Yeah. So second day momentum is the reason for that this trade. The second gangster trade of the day, it's by the way, they're posted inside of our Discord. So for our subscriber, they get this information the moment I wake up, because in pre-market, that's all I study. And my point that I'm making is that each and every one of you, I can teach you how to do that on your own, if you're willing. If you're willing. I have been scrutinizing this one. So as of now, again, I'm doing some research, but as of now, just allow me. Maybe, but to motivate you, I'm going to tell you that this one has earning on March 11th, pre-markets on March 11th. That's next Thursday. Yeah. So basically, as long as this stock stays above $90, just buy it, because you know who is buying it. Yes, folks. I don't. Do I have it prepared? No, but at least I can show you that over the last how many days. Let me check it out here. Not for me, not to say something. Hey, this is a national. This is a national. This is a live broadcast, right? So people, I cannot just say things that do not make sense on here. So, how many consecutive days has ARK bought the JD stock? I think that over the last 4 days. Yep, but the stock hasn't moved yet. Yeah. Everybody and the sisters, we know that earnings is March the 11th. So does ARK. Yeah. So if you don't know what ARK is, then you may want to watch the videos that we have been posting recently. So I'm looking at. Let me just look at it here. So not to say something. And I showed you how you can get that information, right? We have that video on how to use that information. It's new to me, so I'm doing research on it. So I can tell you that over the last 5 days, so January the 25th, no, February the 25th, February 26th, March 1st, and March 2nd, three different ETF, no, two ETF of ARK have been buying JD stock. That's all I need to tell you. Yeah. So, and here's the chart of it, meaning that they actually start buying it here. This candle here is this red candle here is the 25th. So meaning they bought the bottom, my friend. Yeah. So as long as it is in this range, 92 to whatever 96, I'm all in. As a matter of fact, I think if it stayed here by Friday, during our live session on Friday, I'm going to have a special trade on this one. So I'm putting it as a gangster trade. I don't care. I mean, it's a very small amount of money, as you know, that we put on gangster trade, right? So whatever transpire on there, I want to follow the stock starting today because there are so many times where you can be patient, because this is 4 consecutive days. So even if the market tanked today, guess what? Your gangster trade is going to be making money for you on the put side, because I don't want to be waking up the next day and be dealing with something like this one. I talked about this stock yesterday. Come on, Telex. This one, I told you to pay attention to it, right? GKNG. Did anybody check it in pre-market? Hello. $72.70. Do you know how much those calls are they going to be paying? And all of that stemmed from my remark, my little beginning of research that, hey, the ARK FinTech ETF, they bought these shares of this stock, DraftKings, on March the 1st. And I will explain to you on Friday actually what goes on, why this thing it's powerful, all of the thing that you're seeing with ARK. I mean, if you have read, where's our book here? We don't have one of our books. I guess I don't have it here, but if you heard you read one of the book that we recommend on option trading, you will understand that thing. It's a very simple principle. So I didn't take the trade on DraftKings. I My bad, because otherwise I will be smiling from ear to ear. I hope hopefully somebody did yesterday. And this thing, it's I don't care. It's gapping. It's gapping almost $4 for a $70 stock. That's a lot on a Wednesday. So congratulations if you follow our advice yesterday. I didn't. That's shame on me, but you know me, right? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. So I am all in. So DraftKings is gapping up. So that's a gangster trade number 3 for the day. All right, folks. I hope you got something out of this one. I need to cool off, put in my gangster trade, and wait for the wild ride for Wednesday, March the 3rd, 2020. Thank you, everybody. Hello, Mr. Zorbon. Have a good morning wherever you're watching, and enjoy your trading session.